What's going on, all my beautiful humans? We got to do a deep dive on Huddle 1. I actually met with their team on 2 different occasions to really go over this entire project that they've been building for 4 years. They are absolutely primed and ready for some stupendous success, in my opinion. We're going to be talking about the giveaways, the discounts, the node sale, the tiers, the whitelist, and going deep into the tokenomics and this project and why I really think they are primed to be there. Now, first off, if you use Doctor, it's going to get you 5% off any of the node sale purchases and enters you into winning a giveaway for an extra Huddle node that I am giving away out of my own pocket. Also, I have a bunch of tier 1 and tier 2 whitelist spots. So it's going to be first come, first serve. Jump in that Discord, shoot me a message, get me your wallet address, and it will get you added in there. Now, first off, it is a decentralized real-time communication, okay? What that means is Zoom, Google Meet, all that stuff, that is going to be the competition here. The big change is all that stuff is on the cloud, right? It's very expensive, servers, networks, all that jazz. This is going to be 95% cheaper than Amazon Web Services, really shooting for a less than 100 millisecond global connectivity for latency across the globe, which I was already hitting like less than 30 talking to people across the globe. Censorship resistant. It's going to be encrypted end to end. If it really is that good, passes audits, it could actually be utilized for virtual healthcare as well, which I think is really cool. They got a bunch of trusted partners, but let's go ahead and jump into some of the key points I really need my audience to know. First one is, do you need KYC? Yes, you do. As always, United States is listed on the you can't be KYC through the USA and get tokens, blah, blah, blah. I did confirm with the team, if you have a Palau ID, that will work. If you're like me and you already got a Palau ID because of some of these other projects, that's all you need. You're good to go. It has been confirmed. Now, the node sale. First off, they're looking at about 46,900 as their total cap. I think that's what they're going to be able to get and really be able to, really just cover the whole globe. Now for phase 1, this is what this is going to be, they're only going to do 20,500, okay? So a lower amount. And this is a key point that's incredible. In 2 weeks after the sale, they will start the test net and you will be able to begin earning right away 5 huddle per day. Token generation event is going to be in January and the main net is going to be in January. That's how fast this roadmap is. Really excited about that and being able to earn right away. Now the total nodes or token supply is 200 million tokens. So 5 huddle a day is actually a really good amount, right? So it is going to be Ethereum. So wrapped ETH on Arbitrum. Okay, wrapped ETH on Arbitrum is what you need to be able to purchase some of these nodes. Like I said, I got some of these tier 1 and tier 2, so definitely hit me up and I'll get you in there. And then that doctor code gets you 5% off of this. This is the price that's been locked in for ETH, so this isn't going to change, so you can take note of that. Now, when you go to the node whitelist page, okay, you got to connect your wallet. You do have to follow them on X. If you do the little thing where you click it, because I went through this process, it basically is just allowing you to like follow or unfollow people is what it's going to say, but that's so that it'll follow them, okay, and then getting into Discord. That'll get you into the node whitelist page, and then you'll be able to see, like right when you jump in, it'll say like tier 6 or something, but if you get me those and I get you a tier 1 or tier 2, you'll be able to see that soon. I do need those pretty quick though, because there is a cutoff here in a couple days, so definitely jump in quick and get me that info. Here we are, 6th of November and the 8th of November. Like I said, you're going to want to jump in and be there right away. I don't know the exact time. I need to double check that. I don't know if it's like, the moment 6th of November hits for UTC, it's going to start, but I'll definitely throw out some info once that time comes. And then I do want to go into the deep background of why I think they can actually break into this market. Even if they only get a 5% break into this market, this is $1 trillion market. I mean, Zoom and all those folks are paying ridiculous amounts to Google, okay? High operational costs for all the companies that are using cloud, right? The geographical latencies, right? So if we have a spread across the world, right, we got to be able to really decrease the latency where communication is occurring. Now, one aspect, right, that we're going to have to note is, are the servers, if people are using VPS servers, is that going to become a problem? Because if they're all in one spot in Dallas and Seattle, wherever these places are, is that going to be an issue? After mainnet starts, there will be a little bit of differing rewards depending on how much good uptime you have and the bandwidth. We'll go over that in a little bit about some of the reward structure. During testnet, it's locked in 5 huddle. That's what you're going to be getting. Okay. Like I said, when mainnet starts, you are going to want to make sure you have a good system running. You can delegate it. Okay. You can delegate. I'll make sure I have a good system running. I'll actually be doing it out of my house because this is the big key limiting factor is 250 megabytes per second is what your speed needs to be for the internet for that node. It can be a cheap, easy, simple node like we run on all of our other VPSs, but it has to have that 250 megabytes per second. If you don't have that, you can delegate yours to another node. Nodes can have 40 nodes delegated to like one node. Now that would really, bump me up to needing probably like a gigabyte per second. So I can probably only let like maybe 10 of you guys maybe delegate to me. But we'll cover that when it all comes. Privacy at stake, like we said, that end-to-end encryption, and that value extraction. So, like I said, they're looking to really break into that $1 trillion market. If they even just get like a 5%, it's going to be huge. They've already raised over 6 million. The team let me know like this number is already larger here. Some of these groups, a few of these groups have bought some nodes or wanting to like tier into some of these nodes. Now, here's a bunch of just diversity in the ecosystem. And the reason I'm showing this is because a bunch of these groups need this kind of requirement, right? Need this ability that they are going to be providing. Like Fan TV, some of these folks, they can't pay enough for, Zoom, Google Meet, and all these other systems. Huddleverse and Huddle One is going to bring that capability to people, which is why I really think they're going to have success. They already have an SDK, guys, made for Unity. They've told me it's already done, established. They're talking with Zai, right, for their games. It's going to be a plug and play. They can plug and play this SDK into Unity, and it'll be chat inside games that'll be running through Huddle One. So I'm just saying there is a very, very large market that this is going to be, marketed to, and they've already made a tremendous amount of connections already with Zai, with Aether. The list goes on and on. So I really do think they absolutely have a really primed place for success. Here you can kind of see, with the media, the supply bandwidth with the media nodes, doing the validation. Obviously, the network activity is going to determine, that value for the token. And you can kind of see just the progress here through here. I'm not going to bore you with all that, but if you want to pause, you can always take a peek at those. Some of the partnerships you can see here with OP Games. You just scroll down, you can just start seeing all the different folks that they've already, linked up with Node Terminal, Node Ops, being able to do some support there. I'm sure they'll have some things where you can delegate there too for a small fee or something, ease flow. So I'm really excited. They're really plugged in. They've done 4 years of this stuff. They have a white paper. If you love like scientific white papers, you can scroll through this. It's 55 pages. They have really, really broken this down, guys. I really like when you can see like how much work somebody has like put into a project and what they're thinking with the whole progress. Now, I do need to verify with them and figure out if there is a burn and remint kind of aspect here, kind of like Gala. The reason I mention that is because they mentioned like a little bit of burning in the white paper. Obviously, it'll still be, inflationary in general here. So for the tokenomics, the big thing right here is, it's capped at 200 million. So nice low token supply here. Of course, what you care about here is, okay, well, how's it broken up in the ecosystem? So for the nodes, it's 21%. Okay, the ecosystem's 20, and there's 40% for the core contributors investors. Now, then that goes down to, okay, well, when can these people access their tokens, right? Because that's what everybody needs and wants to know. For the core contributors and investors at 40%, there's an entire year cliff. Okay, so that's superb. For an entire year, they won't be getting any of those tokens. And then they're going to have a 2-year monthly linear aspect afterwards. Strategic partners is a small 4%. There's custom terms for each partner type. I don't know. I hope that maybe for Aether or something, maybe we'll get a little bit of drop of Huddle too. That'd be pretty cool. For the foundation, it's a 3-year monthly linear. Of course, liquidity is right away at TGE. Now for the nodes, during the initial phase, they are going to be given 5 Huddle each day per node, right? Once TGE hits in January, you're going to be able to mint 20% of that immediately. The rest is going to be over this whole 2-year daily linear kind of aspect, okay? So kind of like with Aether and some of the other ones, you'll be getting, tokens at a certain kind of somewhat of a controlled amount, right? Which really kind of usually helps with some of the token prices and stuff too. So I really don't mind that at all. And then here they kind of break down just the cost of like using Amazon Web Services and how it's like, $3.50 for, this meeting where you have 10 people, audio and video. It's like 31 gigabytes, right? You're going to be paying that amount versus, if you're using something like Vultr, it'd be like 50 cents or some of these other like bare metal servers. So, in doing this, they break down like market expectations, ROI. They estimate that you can easily get your ROI back in about 6 months from these nodes. We'll see if they are correct or not as we progress, but I really do think that this could easily pop off. It's something that's obviously needed. They already have it built. It's been decades before any kind of advancements have been made here. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Some more info about the nodes itself. It should be easy onboarding, setting up the Huddle One node, maintaining that uptime, sharing your bandwidth. Like I said, 250 megabytes per second right here is the big point you need to just pay attention to. And then, of course, high returns, 21%, TGE of the supply, up to 5 huddle a day during the testnet phase. And then, of course, hopefully enjoying 100% APY. They are estimating an ROI in about half the year. That's their estimation. There's an asterisk there for a reason. So keep that in mind. But I think that is absolutely a reasonable number, honestly. They have a bunch of SDKs already for Android, all this good stuff. Here's their little roadmap here. You can pause and see. But the big one is mainnet launch in January would be super exciting. And, of course, a little bit more about the team. If you have any questions down below, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. And as always, stay warm, Wookiees.